these staples. And I have scissors in case I need it, but that's all. That should be easy enough. They're stuck down, probably in case it needs to be in customs. Not secured, we'll give them that. There we go. They're just cardboard staples, there's no nothing to be inside. Here we go. 2 flaps to put it down. A bit easier. The suspense is killing me. Yeah. Oh wow. Very well put together. There's an absence of any extraneous plastic, which is good. Quite heavy. Securely wrapped in its own box. And this sheet, as you can see, there's no plastic or polystyrene whatsoever. Feedback sheet showing you all the things you can do with this. You can record with your guitar. Ooh. It looks quite fun, and you could give that to a child to colour in while you're busy opening the rest of the box. Yeah. T.bone SC420 USB desktop set. I picked this one specifically because it comes with a carry case. I like the idea of my kit having its own case. It means I don't have to buy a certain case or a special case or any extra cost whatsoever once I've got this. And again, that would reduce the amount of extraneous packaging, because the packaging is necessary. It's the actual kit. Don't you hate it when you get loads of plastic that you don't need? So we could just seal down here. Quite easily. Bit of foam here just to protect the handle, because it's kind of proud of the package. That's all. Whoa, isn't that nice? Another bit of protective foam at the back, I guess, in case it would set down hard on something, then protect it from getting bent on. Quite a sturdy card, you can see. These 4 little feet to give it a rest, so that the actual case, the skin of the case isn't touching the ground. Underneath you can see 4 more little feet, so that when you stand up, the skin of the case isn't touching the ground. Again, that protects the equipment inside. 2 little flip catchers. They don't bother with any serial number locks that you'd forget the number of, or just set zeros, so that would be the point. Put it down on the feet. Let's see what's in. Okay. Nice sort of egg box looking protection there, in case of anything being set down on the lid. It's sturdy enough, but you know, you put something large and hard and pointy on that and it might get through, so just to protect it. Everything is in a small plastic bag just to keep all the components together for standing mic in. 2 little rubber washers. Onto the mic stand. This cable. USB on this end. And this end plugs into the mic. And here's the mic. Get out the show. 2 packs of silk gel there to keep everything dry. You can reuse those. Just absorb the moisture from the air. It does say throw away, do not eat, so don't mistake them for anything that you could use otherwise. Let's get into the mic. There's a mute button. Very handy. Cable plug in. And that's the place where that little square end plugs into. Single connector. And you hear that little click, means it's in far enough. And this part will plug into the computer, carry the power and the data. Little cardboard. Notice pop filter inside. And the pop filter is when you're talking to the microphone. It's to reduce the amount of explosive sounds that get picked up. Boop, pop, pop, boop, boop, like that. So it smooths them out. That's the filter. It's sealed in a bag so you can be sure nobody's been talking to it, I guess. Little air hole. And that'll go over the top, cover it so it's got that fuzzy look that you're used to seeing. That's what it looks like without. And there's a nice nest here, carefully fitted for everything to sit into. You see, that's quite useful because if a component each has its own compartment, you can see whether you've left anything out. So I'll be holding on to that. Little booklet. Again, the cover picture is actually very useful because if you end up having a lot of these around the place, you want to be able to see right away which one you need. Basic studio microphone. That's in German. I don't speak German. It's on speech, okay. So in the middle of it we get small large diaphragms, basic studio microphones. Basics of studio microphones, telling you about them. Microphone types and power supply, small and large diaphragm microphones, ribbon microphones, polar patterns, cardioid, which is this. It records the sound in the shape of a heart, as we would think of it. The sound of speech. Acoustic guitar. And that's it. Okay. Leaflet for the T.bone. D, that's the German side. N, that's the English side. Never remove the screen holding the capsule. Okay, that's this. Never remove this as it may damage the microphone. Never drop the mic. When it's not in use, take it out of the clamp, which is this part, and put it in its case. Clean up the damp cloth anyway. That's the clamp. It's for direct computer operation. It says no additional drivers necessary. Headphone output with direct monitoring. That's this here. It's for your own headphones to plug in. Your headphone jack. Mute button in a PVC case with a shock mount. USB cable. Got that. Foam windscreen. That's the pop filter. Pop killer and table stand. Okay, so here's the foam windscreen that I'm talking about. We place this in front of the microphone, talk into it like that, and that protects the microphone from picking up too much strong vibration, so it gets a nice even record. Also, if you're out you can get a nice nice sound from it. This will soften the wind, so you don't get too much wind. And this will, in the studio, then this will be used to soften the pops, the pop 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 sounds. You probably won't have that out of doors, which is why you need this one to do both pop filter and wind shield out of doors. But in the studio, you've got this. You don't need the fuzzy part in the studio. And down here, I've got the rest of the stand, which is quite heavy. It's actually the hardest, heaviest part. Too many things. And it's quite a solid base. It's pretty well weighted so as to keep everything down, keep it stable, because you don't want this tipping over when you're in the studio. And again, you can see a nice nested shaped compartment. It lets you put your goods all together, nicely shaped so they won't get lost or broken. On the bash, I have to say, there's only cardboard, not very interesting. The interesting part is what the goods are. Now, as you can see, everything is going to screw together and fit into this stand. And that's it, we appear to have everything. So it's clean with damp cloth only. Any electronic equipment, never bring it near water. Very, very lightly damp cloth. And if possible, just brush it off. Now, I'm not seeing any instructions on how to assemble it, and I have never assembled a microphone. But let's see how we get on. I've helped to assemble microphone stands for an Octagon, which is the Irish Science Fiction Convention. So let's see what happens when I have a go with this. Let's look at the picture. Okay, this goes in there. This attaches to it. And it looks to me like this can attach separately, like I don't have to run it down in here first. Put this down. Hold on, we hit two. Oh, look at that suddenly. Just going to put them on. And then we can figure out what else goes with them. And you see what now? And there's the other. Okay, well, presuming they both go with this, so probably one at either end. And one there. One there. Looks like the star shape goes down, because that's what's shown on the picture. So we'll go with the star shape down. It should tell me where the rubber couplings go with the washers, because I really don't know. I assume it's to make a nice smooth connection down here. Tighten that up against the black. And this other one, I'm going to make a nice smooth connection up here. Like that. Okay, so that's a natural. That's for the microphone, so this would be what goes on. And I doubt, loosen things. Okay, that looks like it. Probably I could do this before putting it onto the base, so you can do it either way. See whichever is easier. There's a screw thread inside this black bowler hat looking piece, which is how I need to do this. And to start with, you don't know which way up something goes, so this is clearly to angle it. I'm angle the mic up and down. For all I know, this is the wrong way up. I don't think so, because I had to get a bowler hat a certain way. Mic. Place it down into here. Push the other rubber washer up there. Just like, let's have the mute button out here where we can see it. If I make that tighter, it shouldn't move. And again, got a thread in the bottom. And we're starting with the mute button at the opening. We just about finished it up with the mute button again at the opening, so that's good. Hard to do this when you can't see it. Yep, do the click. Okay. Okay, so we have a mic. This is on a slight stretchy, elasticy joints here, so these give you a bit of flexibility. So even if you accidentally bang it with your arm, which obviously we'll try not to do because we don't want to damage a good microphone. Even if you accidentally banged it with your arm, it wouldn't do any harm. Now this one fits onto the mic stand itself. There's a cross piece here, and this part will attach to the mic stand and hold fast against it. There's a rubber hand here. It's not rubber, so it's pretty solid plastic. There's a good combination of plastic and metal in this. There's just enough, I think, to make you comfortable that it's solid. If you can see now, don't get a grip. Get a grip. We're holding quite nicely. The pop screen. This is, remember, for indoor use, studio use. The pop screen is there on a nice flexible holder. So that gives you a good screen for the indoors. And you talk into it like that, as shown in the photo. using this, I've been being very careful not to damage the little microphone cover. And again, when you need to be outdoors, pop screen you don't need. So this becomes your pop screen and wind filter. Cover nicely. Nice woolly hat, good for this cold weather. And should I need to adjust the angle of this, I can put it down, put it up, tilt it over there to somebody away from me. And your turn to talk. And you can have that as well. All in all, it's a pretty professional looking piece of equipment. And I think it will generate a lot of respect if I turn up with something like that. Which is exactly the effect we'll be hoping for. To produce professional looking and sounding multimedia programs. And you can see not too much plastic and all. This is the sum total of plastic, and a little patch of silica gel. Recycle all your plastic. Came in this good cardboard box, which can be put to other uses, like filing papers. Pieces of grey foam, which can also be put to good uses, like kids can play with them. Yeah, your instructions are minimal, I have to say. You'd want to have a bit of a clue about putting things together, or else be able to follow the diagram. Just the picture itself is your diagram. But there's only those few pieces, and it's fairly self-explanatory. Putting it all back together into the kit will be very simple, because everything is shaped. You can see where to put everything and in what order. And when you've done that, you'll be very sure that you've got everything, because there'll be every hole filled. So that's our very, very nice T.bone microphone.